And just like that, we are on to our main event of the afternoon. But I do want to circle back on a couple of comments that Alex made in that post-fight interview right there, post-match interview. She talked about, hey, in MMA, we like working off of the fence, and we like to be mean and squeeze. I think that factored into a lot of the approach that we saw there today, and that's something that we've spoken to ad nauseum on podcasts, and that's how I would describe my jiu-jitsu. I like to be mean and I squeeze things. Love it. Love it. I grew up in the Jordan Tony school of things, and where his entire brand is you be mean and you make them feel you every step of the way. Yes. So I love hearing that.
I was looking over as they were leaving. Katie looked like she had words to say. I don't know if it was like this. But then on the way out, there was like a lot of commotion. I had my glasses on. I didn't know different things.
What do we got? Hopefully all good on that.
Some men work.
I don't know if Riley's from Australia, but, he's feeling the vibe.
That takes some confidence. Oh, I heard a cuss word. Ow.
And making his way to the cage right now, we have the A side of our main event, the Big Yins, UFC middleweight veteran Josh Fremd. Josh Fremd, also former LFA Fighter of the Year, veteran of the CJJC cage. He has that Pennsylvania wrestling in his back pocket as well. We've talked about it before. Josh, by no means, I'm not going to sit here and say that he is, Mr. All-American wrestler or anything along those lines, but I do believe that if you take even a quality high school wrestler from the state of Pennsylvania, they're going to translate extremely well to almost any other state out there, minus maybe Ohio, California, a couple of those other states like that.
Pennsylvania, Iowa, Ohio.
California is huge because there's such a high level.
Then you jump to like New Jersey and California.
Yep.
And lately, Florida has really come on the scene in that high school wrestling era. I see the Night Pigeon in the corner over there. Troy Everett.
It's also got Mike Alfieri over there. Mike is a wizard himself. There's never been a single thing, whether it is just a simple placement of a hand or a foot to a full technique, anything along those lines that Mike Alfieri has shared with me throughout the years that hasn't worked.
We also have to give credit to Troy Everett's beard.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That should get its own introduction.
For sure.
I remember the last time you and I sat next to each other, and Josh was in the cage. You were saying that he had been working through some things, and he was really trying to put himself back together. And based on that experience and where he's at now, he seems to be in a really good place.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it, and he's been putting in a lot of work doing his strength and conditioning over at Barwis. He's got a thick neck right now. He looks like a true light heavyweight.
He's a big back.
Yeah, and the thing is Josh has always had a big athletic frame. He did have a spell of collegiate athletics in the football department. That's the type of athleticism that we're talking with that size, along with.
He's like tight end.
Oh,
he's built like a tight end right now.
Yeah, and you get him out there on the gridiron. Some of the years where we've gone and played like ultimate frisbee or any of that, you want to talk about someone who just glides. You know what I mean? You get get him just to hit stride. He glides out there. Competes in a lot of different other recreational sports in the process, but he has a very hungry opponent in Riley Olona who wants to get a victory here today and wants to be able to try to build his name and brand off of Josh. But if I know the Big Yins is not just going to roll over for anybody in the process.
It looks like Riley wants to shoot a takedown. He's got a lot of level changes going on. But like when I have really tall and strong opponents, it sometimes feels like they could put their hand on my forehead and I'd be swinging at air for a minute. So he's going to have to work his way inside and get a hold of something. I don't think he's going to do much from the outside.
Yeah, and especially somebody who does have the competition experience the way that Josh Fremd does. Exactly. How much of this right now, especially in this first round with him knowing that he has 2 rounds of regulation prior to overtime to work with, how much is he just going to say, all right, let me let you get some of this, for lack of a better term, some of this nervous energy out right now.
Yeah, let him. It's almost like you want to say, go ahead, young man, run it all out. I'll be standing right here waiting for you when you get back.
Well, and it's funny that you say that because that's immediately what I thought of. There's a famous speech that James Krause has online where he talks about just being an OG in the game. And he said that anybody can come out here and anybody can go be a badass for 5 minutes. He calls it the 501 mentality. Says when you're done with all of your piss and vinegar for 5 minutes and you didn't finish me and I'm still here,
you do not want
it's my
me.
turn.
Yeah, you don't want me to get past your 5 minutes. Because if we get past your 5 minutes, then we got to deal with my 5 minutes.
Exactly. Just a little more background on Josh, and obviously this was a different combat sport, but fun fact, Trevor, the entire reason why the Rough and Rowdy series from Barstool Sports no longer has kickboxing, Josh Fremd.
Oh.
Josh Fremd retired a kid so bad on that, but
Riley jumped back. He's a little high there. He's going to, if Fremd tripods up, he's going to shake him right out the front and end up in topside control. I think he's just going to try to pull him underneath himself. Wearing him like a hat right now.
And Josh just going to keep on methodically pulling himself out while Riley at the same time, he doesn't really have the real estate. Exactly. He was potentially trying to work to roll through on an arm bar, but having the cage right there had no real estate to work with.
You had nowhere to go, and
Josh is really good at this trip series.
his head was already topside committed.
Josh loves to hit this hip throw from this position.
I'd like to see probably with Josh. Oh, he's just going to heel pick it. I thought we were going to see him give him the like double bounce on the cage, right into the hip toss.
Yeah, and he just kind of just big dogged him right down. And
Yeah.
the leg entry right there, Trevor, it's a valiant attempt by Riley, but there's so much leg that he has to be able to pull through for Josh.
If you're going to get that leg entry, it's got to be fast, and you've got to be in control of it. You can't just grab a leg as someone as big as Josh is starting to just lumber down on top of you.
Yes, correct. Now, Josh is going to need to look to pass here.
Yes.
Because being completely fair, Riley is also, he's been active the entire time that he's been on the bottom, if we're being objective in the process.
And he's crafty. Don't get it wrong. Riley is a crafty grappler. And if door opens, he's going to take it. He's been very smart in not putting himself in major danger. But at the same time, he's got to start working his game, working where he wants to be. And when you have someone like Josh who can just gather your legs and really stuff you into that corner like that, it's a tough spot to shift gears and really look for a submission from that bottom.
And some of it also could potentially be, just the relative experience and the people who Josh has been squeezed by throughout the course of his career. Originally back in Pittsburgh from the Mat Factory, everybody from Tall Steve Mowry, a longtime veteran of Bellator and the PFL, a black belt as well, down out of now Killcliff FC in South Florida. Dalton Rasta, who's about to be fighting for a PFL title. NyQuil Nick Brown, all of these guys who
he's been squeezed by a lot of men.
He's been squeezed by a lot of men. And then, not to mention now, since he's been out here on the Colorado scene, we've mentioned a couple of those guys who have been veterans of our cage, and he's competed against Matthew Vargo, but he's also spent years training with guys like Cody Brundage,
Right.
Austin Jones. He's grappled against Caleb Crump, who we mentioned was out here cornering earlier tonight.
And Caleb Crump's such a wild card. Just getting to train with him is an experience in itself.
Right.
Because I don't think Caleb knows what direction he's coming from half the time, so how are you going to figure it out?
Yeah, and now they get to train together now that Josh is exploring his options. He calls Novamenti, that's his primary jiu-jitsu spot, but I know that he gets some work over there and at high altitude, especially with his striking stuff with Coach Tanner Fuji, but being in the mix of a lot of those other athletes, he can get the mix.
When you're working under someone like a Troy Everett at Novamente, Troy has been on the biggest stages in the world in competitive jiu-jitsu, and there's nothing that's going to be put in front of him that Troy can't say, okay, yeah, this, then that. You're not going to surprise him. You're not going to show up with anything new. If he hip tosses right here, we're going to be wearing him.
Oh, absolutely. Josh is going to need to be a little bit more active this round. Again, he's positionally controlling everything, but just some offensive scoring action to show activity.
When you are so long,
mix in a sub attempt here and there.
That the cross heel pick like that is available when
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, right now, especially just working through the pass, being aware of where the threats are coming from, it's a huge advantage.
Oh.
And looking for this leg lock right here off the rib, caught in the shirt a little bit here off the Z-guard. But I like, though, grabbing the foot right there. That at least shows submission attempt.
Yeah.
That shows
I'm
offense
making-
on Josh's side from the top.
This is a submission-only match. The only way you're going to win is by submission. It's the only way to stop it. You're not winning any points. So throw those submissions up from wherever you can. As Josh did. Saw heel. Go ahead and grab it.
Josh foraging for opportunities with Riley's head in the dead zone here up against the cage. Riley doing a good job of keeping Josh's right leg trapped from being able to pass either around to the back or coming around to side control.
He's got that right, well, he had that right leg kind of across his seatbelt, but then the left leg was hooking the inside leg of Josh, which was keeping him from being able to pass or move in any direction. Are the spirits speaking to you?
Thought I might have heard some chatter between these guys for a second.
Oh, okay.
Pulling the headphone off, pulling the headset off to see if
Copy,
I could
copy.
hear what they were running, but it's gotten quiet.
Oh, they're keeping their conversation private. Oh, can you?
Little chatter back and forth.
I'm going to put a microphone right there.
I mean, we have our one of our production assistants, Luis Rodriguez, over there across the cage flexing at us. Got to give him a shout out too. I mean, he's done a great job for our operations. Just give him a little bit of love
What's
on
he
the broadcast.
flexing?
I say the same thing.
If we're going to give credit today, we got to start with
Josh just getting mean with the forearm across the face.
absolutely Miss Becca Bear running production out of nowhere, sitting in and handling the business today.
Riley
All the
with some
camera
chatter from the
angles.
bottom. Riley saying he's heavy, bro.
Luis is trying to get us a mic in the mix, I think. Man, you can hear the cage creaking when they lean into it on us.
Yeah, it's a large human.
Well, neither of them are small. Riley standing next to a normal person is a big man. Oh, now we've got an ankle. We've got a
Josh Fremd working on his leg lock.
stiff ankle.
Riley screaming
Riley-
at Josh to finish it.
If he can keep...
Riley working on his own leg lock
There
in the
we go.
process, forcing Josh to have to defend.
How can Josh lay down and reach him? You want to see a foot in the butt right there in a clear, which is what we got. Now Josh right back on top. Man, it's got to be so frustrating. Every time you just got to carry this guy around.
Interesting chatter, though, from Riley. Riley screaming at Josh when Josh grabbed his foot. Finish it. Finish it.
Oh, that's 0 F's given right there. That's the equivalent of hit me.
And that's the difference of sport jiu-jitsu compared to
Yes.
MMA.
Yeah. If they're standing up, this is the final round of a heavyweight title fight. And this is where the guy looks across the line and says, "I've felt everything you've given me." Josh is just laying everything he can into Riley, and I mean, as much credit as we've given Josh through this fight, Riley is truly a gamer. Just anything that is shoved on him, he has been able to find his way out of. And I mean, he's really not been in huge danger. The one leg attack was bad. But other than that, I mean, he hasn't been able to really get any offense off. But just being able to neutralize the attacks of someone as big as Josh. Look at them. They're loving it. They are loving it.
And a labored look right after regulation from Riley. I wasn't sure if that was labored or maybe like, oh man, like this kind of a tough spot that my leg was in. I don't know what that look was. Interesting body language though right away.
I have no
Josh
idea.
looks a little bit tired, but that's to be expected after 10 minutes of grappling. He's gonna have to be on his business right away because I can promise you or I can't promise you, but I'm all but certain that Riley is gonna be
He's going to
attacking.
attack. This is his spot. This is his spot. The scorecard is not in his favor, so a fast submission would really, really, really help him. Unfortunately,
Quick reversal of the
Josh
spot from
reversed
Josh.
and is now just laying the weight back on him. And, I mean, for Josh right now, a submission would be great. But in reality, as long as he just stays topside right here and kind of smothers all the effort out of Riley, we're going to see Josh on the attack in just a moment. Oh, he's flexible.
Definitely flexible right there. That had my hips and adductors screaming.
Whatever you call it, they would hurt.
Yes, everything in the process. The baby makers.
That's the baby maker?
Open them up, and how do you make it?
You don't have kids, do you?
How do you make it?
All right, there we go. We're going to teach you something later, son.
Plenty of practice.
Josh is tired. Josh is a tired man. I don't know if Riley's tired or just does not like take phase of anything.
And the smart application right away from
body
Josh. I mean,
triangle.
use your dimensions.
Yeah, when you're 9 feet tall, a body triangle is, I mean, that should be like out the box everything you do. I don't know what the front side hands look like. I can't see that other side, but I mean, you're still. Oh, he's on the jaw. He's got the choking hand on. Some dirty grappling. I'd like to see someone as strong as Josh just reach down and grab that little under the nose piece.
Like to see him walk away with some finality here, but at the same time, Riley is impressed me throughout the entirety of this matchup.
game.
I mean, this kid has been here from start to finish. He was talking smack throughout the entirety of the fight.
That's some Rocky Balboa. Like, you just keep hitting him and he just keeps walking forward without any punches.
And there we have it for overtime. We'll have our official decision here momentarily from the main event at CJJC 26 Sweet Summer Grappling.
Hate to see matches go to the judge's decision, but when you have a guy that is as tough as Riley and defending everything that's thrown at him, it's got to be frustrating for a guy like Josh to work all the way through that match and everything you throw just lands on deaf ears. Thanks again to Stephen Cat Paprocki for another great CJJC 26. And as expected, Josh gets the decision by referee. It's never fun to go to a decision.
Hey, Jordan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, out here with the pin, it's Josh right now. You know that. Very close to that position right there. You know, this is you're at 2-4 the animation plus overtime. What's going to be right now? The cost. There you go, right there. What's next for you, Josh? Thank you.